Hey chat, are you here? Let me know. Let's get started anyway. Today I've gotten a challenge. It's going to be a bit tense, a bit hard. I have received a challenge to build a Trello app in an hour. Just that. This is going to be tight. We're going to try to deploy this in the end on OpenAPI Cloud, so you're going to be able to use it. Let's see how far we can get there. How far we can get. This is going to be a tense hour. This is going to be an hour we're going to spend together. I'm going to start my countdown as soon as we want to get started, and we're going to see how far we can get in an hour. By the end, you should be able to log in yourself, create your account, and see what you need to do there. And use the app as a Trello app, right? So let's get started, right? So what is a Trello app? So this is the core concept. We want to have can I get this picture simply? Nah, okay. Let's see what we can do. So we want to have an application that looks a bit like this, at least the bottom part, something like this. We want some different boards where we can add some tickets and that can move through our planning. This is something that helps us a lot in development, where we have different stages, different people pick up different tasks, and then we're helping each other out across the process so that everything always makes has a momentum. If they're being in progress while someone works on them, if we have an additional column which is the review or the quality assurance column, then we know that someone else can pick it up to test this or visualize this. So this is what we're going to do today. We're going to try to replicate something like this and see how far we get. Okay, you ready? Should we get started? Here we are. Okay, so first thing is I can create my application, create the frame. I have this brand new command that we've just gotten into CLI, which is about the front end, and then I'm going to create an application. I'm going to call this application boards, so we have a bit of a unique name. Going to open that one here. See what we have already. First thing, as always, initializing the repository, so we have a clean environment to work with. There. Okay, I'm not going to publish the branch, or maybe later. We're going to use this as we go. So we have our repository, we have our API with some NPL code. For now, just a document. We have our front-end repository here, where we will build the front end, and then we have also a proxy here that helps us run things locally. Good, so we have this element here, and we're going to start with the NPL implementation thereof. Remember, we have this Trello board with the different columns, so this is what we want to do. So first here, I will start with task file and NPL here. Maybe one thing I should be careful about is to be sure to have my copilot instructions. This is good. I'm just going to copy this in Claude.md just in case we need it later. So we have it. I'm not going to forget about this. And I want to have a board owner that creates the board. Okay, so we want to represent here our board with this. This is something that is super useful. To have, how do we want to identify the board? We probably want to have a name and then also a prefix for all the task IDs that we can create. I'm adding a var here to the variable name so that we store this variable on the protocol field. Once it goes in the database, it's going to be stored with the rest of the protocol. Without the var, you could just use it during the initialization of that protocol. It's very short term. Okay, so here, what do we want to have? We want to have, well, I'm in the task protocol and I create a board. So let's go for that task also that we have there, title, description, status, that seems right. But also we can create an enum, task status, which, why am I creating an enum? Okay, let's take a step back. We have the concept of our 3 columns, but maybe it's not 3, maybe it's more columns, so maybe I should be a bit more flexible about this. Let's open the view that we had before again, keeping that image. Okay, we have our image there that is of really bad quality. Let's see if we can get something a bit better. There we go. So this is a bit what we want to build, right? So we have those boards there that I'm trying to create, and then we have those tasks. Sorry, a board, like this is the whole board, and then we have the columns. And then we have the tasks that we want to create as well, so let's create those tasks. Let's see what we want to do there. And we're going to have, at some point, the columns as well in there. Okay, so this is what we have. Maybe we're going to have a position. Maybe we want the position to be implicit as a listed element. And this is going to be the name of our column, where things are going to be in there. So a task should be also when created in a board and also in a column. Then we should be able to create boards, and we should be able to create tasks and column. Yeah, not too far. I don't know what language she thinks I'm building, but this is how it works. And then here we could also say this is catastrophic. Chat if you know how to for me to fix this. If I can get the autocomplete through, that would be cool. This is quite annoying. And then I can create the task. I can do this. Same here. Let's go for this. In the meantime, given that this is going to take a bit of time, I will go quickly to Numina Cloud. Quickly open that one. Okay, here I have Numina Cloud. You know Numina Cloud, this is our platform to host the applications, and so we're going to host our application there in the end. Okay, we're already 7 minutes in. This is going to be good. This is going to be good. So I'm creating a new application for our boards app. I'm just going to call it boards. I have some advanced settings, but I don't need that at the moment. I just want to have an application. As you see, it's pending, and this is why I'm creating it now already, and we're going to come back to this in a second. Yeah, okay, let's allow edits, see what has been done. We're storing this in the meantime in there, so this is awesome. Maybe here we should also have a name which is then reused across the thing, and this is all good, and the column is all good. Okay, there we go. So we have all of this. Also create did permission for the tasks and boards. Then we're going to be able to get those. Okay, so this is what we were working with. We have the where did my thingy go? that one. So we have our board, we have our column, we have our task. This is what we want. We're going to be able to create all of this, and now we should also be able to change the task from column to column. So let's do this. What did it create there? Okay, so now our task can be updated, description can be updated, status can be updated. I think, what is the difference between status and column? I don't know, I'm going to remove the status. And then move to column. This is nice. This is what we want. We want to be able to add a new column there and see what we have. Okay, then the board has the columns, the task, it stores everything, stores the owner. We can create the task, we can update the name, we can update the prefix. This is good. So all of this is there. We could also add a nice task ID, which is auto incremented, meaning we were going to have always a new one that we can uniquely identify with. And we're going to make it start with the prefix. So this is for now a bit of NPL, and this is leading to a good application, a full stack application there, and you're going to see that in a second. We have this there. Let's see what we have created. For now we have everything in the same file. It's not great, but I'm in a rush, who cares? So our task now have a task ID. This is created in, when I create the task, I'm not passing the parameter here. I have this task ID, which is prefix plus task counter to text. Task counter is a number, and it starts at 0. Once we have a new task, the task counter is always incremented before creating a new task. So given that we start at 0 up there, and then we have a +1 before, the first task is going to be task 1. This is nice. And then we have all of this. Okay, cool. So now that we have our NPL, we can try to deploy this one already. Should we go to Numina Cloud directly? I think we're going to need to have a local environment first for the front end. Just spinning everything up. I have an engine, a Postgres, and an Nginx. Engine is where the NPL run, Postgres is where the data is, and Nginx is where the front end is going to go through to connect to the engine. I can also deploy this NPL code, and we're going to see that appearing in NPL. Okay, we've successfully deployed this. So now let's go check this there. I'm going to zoom in a bit. We have our endpoints that are created. So we can not do much actually. This is a bit of a problem. All we can do is create boards. Let's go back to NPL and see what we forgot there. Okay, 13 minutes. This is all good. So what do we want to be able to do? We want to be able to call all the permissions from the API. So all of them, and we're going to be able to see them coming up. Those are all the endpoints that we have, and we want to be able to call them from the front end. And get is to request data from the front end to the back end, and post is to make an action. And here the only action that we have is post board, and post board here is useful to create boards in the back end. We see that we have here the name and the prefix, which are the parameters for the board, plus then also the parties that we have as well, and this is something that we need to identify the owner there. This is exactly what we're going to define to figure out who is authorized to get which access to which board. Okay, so we have completed this. Let's see if our element has a bit more success. I'm clearing the sources that we had before and deploying new ones here, so we have all of that fresh. And we see now that we have many more actions, which is much more to my liking. We're going to be able to get all of this through then. Okay, good. Let's continue. We have our backend ready now. It runs. We could deploy this, and this would be running there. Let's try to get this done. I'm connecting to Numina Cloud and just uploading this to my boards application. Yes, just the backend. Okay, this is done. Should we go check this out? Okay, my application is here. I'm going to refresh the page to get the latest information, and just right now I have deployed this. We can see here in the service endpoint that we also have a Swagger service that looks like what I have on the other side, and I have the same protocols and the same data there. That is all good. Perfect. So we have our API. It's online. We can take care of that. Good. Okay, so now that we have this, we probably want to take care of the front end. First thing is I'm creating an OpenAPI file. This is exactly what we have here, but I want this locally, so I'm creating it from the code. We have this, and this creates the OpenAPI file in the front end port. Here we have the boards, and this is exactly what we have on in the other screen. We have the NPL boards that you see there with the gets and then also with the posts and so on, all the requests that we have there. So that's exactly the same. And I'm doing this because I need this file to be able to integrate with the front end. If I go in the front end, I can install dependencies first, but also in the front end I have a nice script that allows me to generate clients. Here what I want to do is generate first the document client that we're going to do. I'm doing this so that we have the example that we have here with all the documents is going to be running. Oh, I made a typo. There we have the generate clients that works now. And once this is done, we can do the same for our second OpenAPI file, which is the boards. Yeah. Okay, so we're in a rush. We have, well, in a rush. We've spent 17 minutes on this already. Let's see if I can get to the hour with the complete application that you can try out as well. Okay, so now I can generate my second client. Okay, this is a second one. We have it done here. In the clients we have the boards and so on. Now we have those components, but a critical element also is this service here. I'm just copying it over and renaming it for the boards. See if we can do this. Here I'm in TypeScript. I'm in the front end part. We're implementing the visualization of the backend. We have the board service. Let's see if by renaming, I just have 2 occurrences, so that should be okay. Now I'm pointing to the boards, and I should be able to have exactly what I need. Reuse this across the board. Anyone willing to kill me for that joke? Okay, this is exactly what we want, and now we want to implement the front end. I'm going to call my friend again and make sure that this is done there. Actually, I could go. Well, let's start from here. I'm just going to describe what Cloud should be doing, and that is going to be a good starter. I want a clone of Jira or Trello with boards, columns, and tasks. Make sure that the edits and detail. Okay, so we have this implementation here that is going to be taking quite a bit of time, and we're going to see the rest as we go. Okay, so if we take a step back, what do we have? We have a backend, we have a front end, we need an IAM, and we need yeah, that's it. We need an IAM. So locally, I have an IAM provided with my engine, but not on Numina Cloud, because we are making sure that Numina Cloud are production-ready applications as much as possible. That means we're asking people to go a bit deeper in the configuration. Here I have Keycloak as IAM, and we can configure this so that people can also log in and use all of that. So I'm just going to open Keycloak, and we're going to be able to configure it entirely. I'm logging in. Okay, so this is what we have. Moving this a tiny bit so that my counter is not there. And here I have a few realms. Master is where I'm managing my Keycloak users. The boards is where we have the things linked to the boards application. The Numina one is an internal one for internal deployments. So this is the one that is of interest to us. We want to be able to use this Keycloak, this IAM, to log in as users and to register as new users. So we have our users here. We have one that has been pre-created. If we want, we would have to set a password. And for the other ones, we have the possibility to create configuration to register users. So this is we can do that in the room settings. User registration, this is here. Maybe this is already activated. Can I? Oh, here, user registration. Yes, I want user registration. Forgot password, likely no, because we don't have any email server. So let's see. Email as username, that works for me as well. And remember me, sure. No, I'm gonna tick that off so I don't have any changing of session problems. Edit username, also no. Verify emails, we don't need that. Let's see what we can do. Okay, so we have this done. Let's see what else we need there. Numina Cloud provides the connection between the engine and the backend, so that is all good. And now we need, we can go back to the front end. Oh, yes, go ahead. Another thing that we need to configure is in the front end. For the front end, we have this env file here that points to our application. I want an application that is on version 2025.2.0 on Numina Cloud. This is correct. And we also want to have an application that matches what we have on the other side. So we are in the tenant public and the application boards. We see here that we have the slug of both of them. Let's take that over and find the right place to put this. And then this one is the tenant. We want to log in with Keycloak, so we can also create a user, and we want to deploy this on Numina Cloud. This is configuration for our frontend that it will pick up when we create this, when we build this. I'm saying this, but maybe I should revert this for a small second while we develop things locally. Let's do this. We're going to go to Numina Cloud later down the road. Because locally I have already an IAM server that is pre-set up that I can use very easily without any configuration. And this is all there, you don't need to change anything. The local API URL, I can point this to 12,001, which is my Nginx server. This is here we have two ports, or one port here, 12,001, which is the redirect through our proxy that adds headers so that the front end can actually talk to our backend. I have a message I didn't see before from Constant Finale. What is this? What is this message? I'm not sure I understand you well. Let's not worry about this. We've got our Claude friend that is still working and that is implementing all of what we need. Let's see where it goes. It has a few more components for the board. Hasn't removed the document components yet, but let's see if it does. I'm not worried about that part. Okay, so we have this configuration here for our users. Miro is telling me that we have some spam from before, so just can we get this gone? Maybe not. Okay, but let's see where we are. Okay, it proposes me to build all of this. Yes, let's go and build this. See if we have something that works. For my local IAM, I have some users that are configured already, and you can find those in the documentation. Those are my users there, and those are the ones that are created. We have an embedded OIDC server that replicates quite a few of the OIDC endpoints, at least those that we need for our NPL engine, and we have pre-populated users in there. You can also take one of those files and set it as configuration. It's all written in here in that tutorial. And if you want to edit those, the claims or so on. But here we have our users. The first one is Alice, the second one is Bob. We have password 123, so we should be able to log in with those afterwards. Let's see what it's doing. We have a dist file here, so that's not too bad. Seems all good. I should soon be able to build this, to run this. Okay, so it's all working. It's nice and happy. Yes. Let's see what we can do. Okay, we have our application now that runs with Keycloak locally. We can see what is going on here in the background. setting up, getting worried because I see nothing. We have a problem here. We have some challenge there with the, yes, I know why we have a challenge. Look, so this is a typical YDC keycloak URL with the boards and so on. But actually locally I don't have keycloak, I have my dev mode, I have my embedded thingy. So I need to change this back to dev mode. And then we'll be able to see that coming to the day of light. Here it is, Alice. And then my password 123. Oof. Okay, 31 minute left. Let's see if I will be able to get all of this. Okay, so first of all, we have an application that is there. I've been able to log in with Alice. This is all fine. Let's see how far we can get. So I want a development board, and I want this for Numina Digital. Why can I not create this? I have some cores. Did I deploy some NPL already? Yes, I did deploy some NPL already. So I have some challenges. Course errors. We're still going to 12,001. So that's not the problem. This is a GET request on top of this. So let's go to our Docker container and see what we can do. So we have our Nginx that says that all is fine. What about our engine? So things seemed fine until more recently. Broken pipe, that should not be a problem. Request URI and port mismatch. I'm not sure this has any impact. IOU app. This is all course errors. You know what? In case of doubt, restart. We're going to have our proper configuration, all of this. It's going to be nice. We're going to be able to continue with this. Let's see if our engine is already ready. It seems so. Gonna come back to my Swagger. We still have the same content. I can go back to my front end and see what happens there. So still logged in as Alice. What happens in the background? We already have problems. This is a 401 unauthorized. So we have the request that don't pass, that return a 401. we're on localhost, so this is okay. This goes at the right place. 12,001 is Nginx. I'm not sure I need Nginx for that configuration. Let's see if I can go directly to the engine. What happens? Oh, we see that we have an element there. So going through the proxy with def mode was not the right idea. Okay. So I have my development board. I am now at the board's column. I can create another board or go for development. Okay, so we have columns. To do is fine. Now, where are my columns? Where are my columns? .404 looks like a party challenge, but we can see the board, so that surprises me a bit. Okay, so we have the board response that says Alice, for example, is the owner. Alice can create a column on that board, and this is the action that we've performed. Now when we trigger this element, we have a 404, we don't find this URL. Well, maybe because this is not the right one. So I need to find why this is the case. Why I could create the board but not the other one. Let's go in there. Is it in our source, in our service? We have the base URL. API base URL comes from use runtime configuration. Which is the runtime configuration context. Do we have any information about this in the console? The base URL is that one. So that seems nice. Let's go in the component itself for the board, board view, board page. Create column. Oh. Can I create column somewhere? This one. Okay, so this is the challenge. I'm disappointed in Claude. We have here a challenge. We have generated a client, the board client, and we need to use this. We have generated a service as well with the boards that can be used, so we'll ask this to be changed so that we have a consistent use. Where were we before? Create column dialog, this one. So it's looking into the right places already. So this is something that we like. 22 minutes to get there. 22 minutes. Okay, so without the UI, can I already use my application just with Swagger? Here we're on locally, but we could also go to Numina Cloud and use the same. Yes, here I'm on Numina Cloud and I'm using this. So I should be able to authorize myself if I have a user based. Oh, this is the challenge. We don't have any user. So let's see when we can create users. I'm going to deploy the previous version. Oh no, I would need to change the environment variables. So this looks way better. This is exactly what we want to go for. We have quite a few elements in the front end that are there that we want. All of this, oh, this is good. It added the board service. Now we have the boards. This is good. Okay, so that is now perfectly done. So we can come on our local version of all of this, refresh the page for the sake of it, and create our column. This has a higher chance of success now. Good, and we can change the name of the column. Good, and we can add other columns. This is working very well. Oh, even horizontal scroll. Good, okay. And now we could also create tasks. And we can decide to move it along. Well, this is really nice. This is really nice. Oh, we can move it along. Okay, so that seems good. That seems good. That part is okay, and we can create that the boards and so on. So this is all fine. Great. So this is there. We have the local version of this. Now we have 18 minutes left to port this on Numina Cloud. Can we do it? Chat, help me out. Can we do it? So we have all of this, and as mentioned before, we have this end file that points where we want to go. If we want to go to Numina Cloud, I'm going to put that on Keycloak and on Numina Cloud, and then this one we don't need, but we want to build this. The next thing we know is that we want to deploy the front end. As you saw before, we can also do it with the side panel here. I'm showing you a different way to do this. We can do all of this, but if I want to do that, I will need to change my configuration of the npl.yaml, which contains the whole configuration for everything. The tenant is public, the app is boards, and we want to deploy this. It's uploading all of that, zipping all of it. This one was done, so that's all good. And we can go through this, the creation thereof. Hey, thanks Valodi Race for the good comment. Hoping to see you soon again. small challenge with the deployment there. I will just use the other way to do this with the Numina cloud. Here we have the public boards, and we want to deploy the static front end. Yes, I want to deploy the front end test. Good. Yes, local board host is not what I want. I want the other one with Numina Cloud. And we should now see that we have a front end. Oh yes, we have updated we have a zip that we can update from here as well. Also, if we wanted to zip that ourselves, we still have our NPL code that is uploaded. And if we look at this, we have our element there. Here I don't have any account, I don't have any embedded OIDC user, so I need to register first. You can reach out to me at jean@example.com for this application, and for real life questions you can ask questions on the Numina community. I'll show you the link afterwards. I have then a very strong password here, please don't copy that. And we have here a board that doesn't load because it is going to the wrong place, or what is the challenge? Oh no, it's just taking its time. Step 1 works, public boards, this is going in the right place. Oh, I have an idea what's going on. So Keycloak GS 24. Let's see if I can install it 26. Maybe that helps. We've just upgraded to the latest version there, see if we can we've upgraded to Keycloak 26 recently, and maybe this is the incompatibility that we have there. Okay, so I need to figure out which Keycloak version, Keycloak GS version I need. This is, we're gonna go for the latest, which is 2026.2.2. Good. Installing this. Then seeing this one, what the challenge of with that is, see if we have a compatible version. Not 4.0. This is the latest one. We're all good. So now I can try to build again. And deploy again. Are you following? You know what I'm doing? Jot decode is not there. Where is jot decode? Is this even the exact element? 2 years ago, 10 million, that must be the right one. Version 4.0. So this is what we have. Good. Getting there, getting there, getting there. Back to our upload. We've uploaded all of this. If we go to Numina Cloud, we still have the same NPL there. And we have still a front end that can go check out. It's called the IOU app for history reasons, maybe. Let's see if we can change this and put a better logo there for that board. See if we have some challenges. Oh, we don't have 2 errors anymore, we just have 1. This is really nice. 10 minutes to get there. Can we do this? Can we do this? Can we do this? I don't know. Chat, do you have an idea? Do you have an idea, chat? It's going to be tough. I can enable you to log in, but user registration, I don't know how to do this without the Keycloak interface directly. Let's see if we can get there, if we can find a solution. This is unable to parse user from undefined. Let's check this out. How does it look like? Could it be this? It's necessarily in the front end. It's within one of the use effects. Must be that. Let's check our configuration. We have Keycloak and Numina Cloud. Yes, this is what we want. And we should be in Keycloak. Let's try to understand this. So if the login mode is Keycloak, then we want the user. No. I've had better times than reading code like this. 7 minutes, this is going to be a challenge. But why is it reading user from here? It should not even be, it should be in login mode Keycloak. This one should be Keycloak. We should have Keycloak here. Evit login mode should be Keycloak. We have Keycloak here. Okay. One more time, one more time. Updating this to boards, static front end, yes. Is this the board's demo even that we're uploading? Yes, this is this. So boards app. Let's see afterwards if this is that. So we want to deploy frontend with app tenant and frontend app board tenant public frontend test. Let's do this. Let's do this.
1700 hours.
Oh, are we there? I don't want to log in again. I want to deploy finally. Frontend has been deployed. I'm sure what this is. I'm going to refresh the cache. It's okay, it's uploading this. I've just refreshed this. It's going to come online in a second. Hey chat, are we going to be able to do this? Are we going to be able to do this? Still have a challenge there. Same as before. We have Keycloak, this is right. Boards, Numina Cloud. We're all right. Unable to parse user from undefined. Yes, well, I don't want you to parse the user. I want you to go into Keycloak mode. In the user provider. We'll see what we have there. And in 3 minutes, otherwise I'll abandon the OIDC if this doesn't work and just allow for the login. So we have this deployed. See, because I could be coming here and I could be coming there, and after logging in, creating users from the setting there, and that would allow us to test like this one. Oh yes, I've been able to create a user before, and so I should be able to log in with this one already now. So we have our application that still doesn't load, that still has the same problem. And we have this, we will have Keycloak login mode, directory IDC, no, this is normal. Yes. It is equal to Keycloak, so it should come in here, and there should not be any problem, but we're getting into the users. This one there is, or this is Keycloak itself, could be. Token parsed name, token parsed email, token parsed company. Do I have the token already somewhere? I could go check. Don't do this with your production system, huh? And then here I have my preferred username. Am I expecting an email? Is that the problem? Oh yes, I'm expecting an email. This is the problem. Okay, we found it. We found it. We're not going to be able to do that in time. So the challenge is that in our real settings we have used the email as username. We probably don't want this. We want our users to have a username. Username is this. Now I would need to clear the application cache so I can log in again. Oh, I didn't make it. I did not make it. There it is. No, still no. Ah, it's killing me. It is killing me. Too bad. So we didn't get there. So close, so close. So close. What should we do? Should we keep trying this? Should we meet up next week again to get this going? Let's see. Tell me what you're expecting there, and we'll try to beat this challenge next time. Deployment in an hour. This is likely due to our company. Maybe company is not set. Token name, email. Where does that token come from? Token parsed internal users. We have this going on. Token parsed email name. What did we have in our token? Can we get the new one maybe? We have the preferred username, we have the email, but we don't have any company. What are we looking for here? Name, email. Token parsed. Where is that one defined? This is within the library. We could see what that is. You can even find this one here. It doesn't really like Okay, this is me. Preferred username, yes. We don't have any name either. So this will not go through. This will not go through. What do we have there exactly again? We have preferred username and we have email. So preferred username and email, and then we can use that one. And email, and we should have this, and this one is not going to be there. I think this is going to be the right one. Still loading that one. So this we have. Okay, we have the boards. Create board. Oh, we're in. We don't have any bugs anymore. Create development. Let's create our board. Again, we want this for Numina Digital. We have our columns. The to-do column, and directly after the to-do column we have the done column, and this is all things we have. And we see that now we're creating elements on the Numina Cloud URL, and we have this. So we have it all. Now we have our username there, and we can create new users. And this is something that you can also do. Well, we haven't created this user, so let's register it. So we can see the whole flow, and we can see that we don't see the other boards that we had on the other side. I don't want my application. Where are you lost? In the same challenge? In a different challenge? Preferred username, yes. Email, no, no email this time. Oh, this is the challenge. Yes, look at this. This user doesn't have any email. So we could set the email, but it doesn't have any email because this is the username. So it has the same problem. And now it works. See that? And I don't have the boards from Jean. Well, there we are. We've completed this in a tiny bit more than an hour. Let's see if we can beat this next time. Let me know which application I should build next. This is what we have there. You are on Numina Cloud. You're deployed. This is an application that you could use in production. You could share around and use with your friends to actually build the tasks. What other functionality should we build? We see that we have the basic Trello functionalities with the boards, the columns, and the tasks that each have a status. We've implemented the backend in NPL. We've implemented the frontend in React and connected both with clients that are very easy to use and very easy to understand even for our AI friends. This has been my journey here. See you next week.